What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
What?
Fuck! We're not doing no bowing. Everybody, I know what time it is, man. It's your boy Bruce Leroy. Alright? As always, follow me on all my social medias. Everything's that I am Bruce Leroy. Well, technically speaking, as I mentioned on TikTok, a fucking Rugrat, fucking Nicktoon, Nickelodeon character, the animated, just this little ass fucking baby kid hacked me and shit. So it's that Thigh Lovely lady. But I'll probably put the link down somewhere, like with my actual profile name, my new profile name, which is gonna make me seem like I'm whatever. But it is what it is. I'm not kicking nobody ass today because the Eagles got their ass kicked. But they didn't really get our ass kicked. We actually lost for no reason. So one thing I want to address before we get started, we have a lot of ranting to do. A lot of motherfuckers gonna get cursed out today. Ooh, motherfuckers gonna get cursed out today. Before we start cursing motherfuckers out, first thing we gotta address is Bryce Young getting benched. So, Bryce Young, I believe it was announced Monday that he's being benched for Andy Dalton until further notice. You know, hashtag tank for Shador, real quick. So, Bryce Young, what I think about the situation. You obviously, you have to blame it on him. I don't think this situation, now listen, I have to go check the highlights on what's, because I haven't watched the games. I got to check the highlights to see, you know, obviously the highlights not going to show everything, but it'll give me a general glimpse of is he really just making bad decisions, or it's just more factors involved, like offensive line not giving him time, maybe he's not stepping up in the pocket, maybe he's not doing his fundamentals like he's supposed to be, maybe he's, I have to get a full picture, so I have to look at the highlights for both of the games, because I never did. I wasn't able to watch either of the games either. So I have to go look at the highlights to get like at least a general gist of what's taking place. But I will say this. Carolina is definitely a dysfunctional organization. They're giving away a lot of players. And I think that priority number one before you bring any wide receivers, because at the end of the day, you can draft wide receivers. Just think about it like this, bro. Xavier Worthy had the fastest time out of any wide receiver. Okay? And he got drafted, what, by the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs were like damn near, I think like 20-something in the draft ranking. I think because they probably acquired they acquired a spot from somebody. But receivers were getting relatively late coming off the board. There were some that came, like Malik Neighbors came off the board early. Obviously Marvin Harrison, Roma Dunt. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. So there were some receivers that came off early, but this was definitely a stacked wide receiver class. So I don't understand why Carolina didn't go out of the way to, you know, like I don't understand why you're spending free agent money on a wide receiver like Deontay Johnson, who, don't get me wrong, is a very good player, but you need to give him a number one. Is Deontay Johnson a number one wide receiver? That's up to y'all to judge. I don't think so, but you know, that's first and foremost. So really, priority number one should have been building an offensive line. The whole thing, center, right guard, tackle, the whole motherfucking thing, and tight end. Tight end should have been it. Honestly, and you're gonna call me crazy for saying this, if they would have said let's draft Brock Bowers in the first round, you know I wouldn't have been mad at you, because think about it like this. He's gonna make his life tight end, a really good tight end makes your quarterback's life easier. So he's able to get the ball out of his hands quick. He got a big body, and he also can block. So why not? Honestly, Carolina probably should have came away with what's the guy named Brock Bowers. To be honest with you, I wouldn't even be mad at the pick. But I would have spent free agent money on trying to revamp that offensive line as much as possible, because they have the money to do it. They got the money to bring guys over. So, you know, I don't know what the hell's going on with this GM. This front office is a fucking mess. I mean, you let go of a lot of fucking guys. You let go of Christian McCaffrey. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing with these drafts. I don't know what they got in compensation or what they did with the compensation. I'm not going as far as looking that shit up, because I don't give a fuck about the Panthers. Right? Because obviously I give a shit about my Eagles, who just lost. Right? So, here's a reality situation, bro. Yes, some of the blame deserves to go on Bryce Young. And think about it like this. Just really think about it fuck the X's and O's in football. Just look at it from a logical standpoint. He's very, very small, right? So that means because he's very, very small as far as his height is concerned, and weight-wise he's concerned, like he's built like a wide receiver, like just a shorter version. But here's the thing. He has to throw the ball over his big-ass offensive lineman who's tall and really big and wide. No disrespect, I'm just keeping it real. And he has to throw over big-ass defensive ends and shit like that. And fast-ass linebackers. So it's a lot of... So if you're throwing an all-out blitz at him, he can't fucking see anybody. Right? Now, here's the thing. You're going to mention guys like Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray know how to improvise. And motherfucking Kyler Murray played the NFL like his goddamn NFL street. So he's always outside of the pocket. He's always improvising. So is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson notoriously known for taking all day to get rid of the goddamn ball, which is sometimes puts a lot of pressure on his offensive lineman, and part of the reason why he hasn't really experienced more success than he probably should have post Marshawn Lynch. So those guys that are smaller, they one are a little bigger, are definitely noticeably bigger than Bryce Young, and two, they have better scrambling ability than him. So they have better improvisational skills as far as throwing on the run is concerned. Bryce Young to me, and this is to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Bryce Young to me just seems like he's a good quarterback. There's not really one thing that stands out. Is he super accurate? Not right now. That's a big arm? Not really. Is he fast? Not really. So what do you do with that? Right? Well, because your guy isn't really that fast, so he's not going to be able to improvise. He's not going to be able to throw on the run much. He's not going to be able to scramble. He's not going to be able to do the things like Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson would do. You really have no choice but to build up the offensive line because he's a pocket passer and he's not very tall. So you have to give him a shot. You got to give him a chance. So the whole thing's a mess. And I'm sorry, Deontay Johnson, it's just not good. It's not going to cut it. I don't know what the hell's going on with Miles Sanders. I don't know why he isn't, because they got like, I think this guy named Hubbard, and then Miles Sanders is supposed to be the #1 guy, and he's just not. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know why Miles Sanders just went from top 10 running back talent to like just non-existent. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if the Panthers are not utilizing him in his strength. I don't know if they're not running the ball enough with him. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there in Carolina, but talk about a fall from grace. And listen, I don't want to talk shit about Miles Sanders because I appreciate everything he did for us. He was a great player. Unfortunately, we did not utilize him the way he was supposed to be utilized. But while he was here with us, he actually was a very good player. Some of y'all talk shit about it. I'm not. Miles Sanders was one of my favorite running backs. You know what I'm saying? When he was with us. Obviously now shit has changed, but you get my point. All right. So we'll move on from that. The second thing I want to talk about is the Shedeur Sanders thing and in Colorado. I want to mention this very briefly because I really want to talk about the Eagles. I don't want to really talk about shit else. Shedeur. Here's the reality situation. So I went on Twitter. So okay. So for those of you who know what I'm talking about. So after the game, Colorado quarterback goes and shakes his hand. Colorado beats Colorado State. So, you know, while the other guy on Colorado State, the quarterback, tries to shake Shedeur's hand, so it was like, hey, you know, ain't you wasn't you talking shit on ID? Or I said ID. I'm fucking stupid. Was you talking shit on IG? So the dude was like, whatever. Then Shedeur was like, Shedeur was like, fuck. Shedeur was like, you can't fuck with me. That was that fast. But I was stuttering the whole time, so that's why. My fault for shaking the camera on the table, whatever. Can't even tell if there was a camera, table, fucking pole, a traffic light. I can't tell the difference between nothing. I'm legally blind. I don't know why I got these glasses on. These shits clearly don't work. Anyway, outside of that, here's the thing. You want to kind of be very, very careful because I'm going to be honest with you, right? When you give it off the rebel attitude, like I'm going to say something that's going to come off a little controversial, but I got to keep it real with you. Being a rebel and having this I don't give a fuck attitude is really for poor people. Why do I say that? Like Bruce, what the fuck are you talking about? That chip on our shoulder that we get, and I'm not saying you can't be tough because you were born into a wealthy family, you were born and you had the privilege of growing up having a pretty damn good upbringing. I'm not saying that you can't be tough Because look at fucking Steph Curry. Adele Curry's a solid NBA player. Look at Steph Curry. He worked his ass off, and he got his chip on his shoulder too, and it's helped him. So, excuse me. So it's not always the case for everybody, right? But here's what I will say. When you got this chip on your shoulder and you got this like, I don't give a fuck, you know, fuck the world attitude, when you have a good upbringing and your father being who he was, one of the greatest football players of all time, has helped you a lot, has benefited you a lot in life and especially in your football career. It has. So, with that said, you kind of want to try to humble yourself, because when you're giving off this cocky, arrogant attitude, you're throwing your teammates under the bus and then expecting them to block for you. I'm not blocking shit. If you up here throwing me under the bus, why the fuck would I, keep it between, keep it in the locker room. If you throw me under the bus in press conferences, why the fuck would I want to block for you? Why would I encourage you to do better? Like, I'm not blocking for this prick, right? So what it's coming off as is pompous and an arrogant prick and you're coming off like a snob. When you have that attitude, when life, and I'm not saying you haven't gone through anything difficult. I don't know Shador, right? I'm not saying he hasn't gone through anything difficult. I'm not saying that he hasn't overcame any sort of adversity in his life whatsoever. I am not saying that. I'm also not saying that he's not talented. He's a very, very talented quarterback. In my opinion, the best quarterback in this draft. But y'all do what y'all will with that information, right? You disagree with me, I don't give a fuck. But I'm staying 10 toes on the fact he's the best quarterback in this draft. He should be the first quarterback taken off the board. Okay? I'm keeping it real. Now, with that said, what you gotta understand is this. The reason why poor people, why we are attracted to, especially the rappers that come from the hood, that come from the bottom, just like when we have that chip on the shoulder that we got, that comes from pain. That comes from the pain of poverty, going through a lot of shit. So the fuck the world mentality, if you will, comes from the fact that we continuously are getting nothing and we're tired and we're frustrated. It's a result of being frustrated with life. It's not so much as you want to walk around with an attitude and be standoffish. He was like, don't fucking play with us because, we came from absolutely nothing. So that's where the chip on the shoulder come from. For you, young man, you don't have to have that. Because, your father being who he was has helped you, like I said, in life and in your football career. So do me a favor. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I literally seen them talking shit about them. I don't know if it was the pregame or sometime last year. I don't quite remember. But I seen it and I was like, you know what? I could see why Shador reacted that way. I probably would have had the same reaction. I wouldn't have shook the nigga hand either. Because it's like, you was talking shit about us. And then now when it's all said and done, when I beat your ass, now you want to sit up there and act like you my friend. Nah, fuck you. So I get it. So I'm going to give you a benefit of the doubt on that. I will. But you have to be careful in the future how your attitude is going to come off, because you think in your head, be like, yeah, I'm that nigga for sure. Like, I ain't dealing with no fake ass shit. Like, I'm, in your head, that makes you feel like that you the man. But in everybody else, like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Like, bro, his life is, like, why the fuck is he acting like that? You understand what I'm saying? Because there's nothing in your history that's known publicly as to why you would adopt this attitude. In a way, your life, how it's being, how you've been brought up and things of that nature, it hasn't necessarily warranted to have that. Like, good, have a chip on your shoulder to, to overcome life's challenges and, be who you are. But at the same time, be careful how you're coming off, because humility is very, very important. Okay? And sometimes showing humility in a moment where somebody doesn't deserve grace, doesn't deserve your forgiveness, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes, it's a fucked up thing in life, and it's true. And I gotta be honest with you. Racism tends to be involved in this too. Sometimes nobody gives a fuck about, especially as a young black man, nobody gives a fuck about what happens to you. It's all about how you react to it. It's a fucked up thing. I don't know why it is, especially when it comes to young black. I don't know why. But sometimes, oftentimes in life, it's not about what the fuck happens to you, it's how you respond. Because in some odd way, even though we're being a human fucking being, some odd way, we are reinforcing the stereotypes that are being brought upon us if we react. Mind you, we just being fucking human beings. If somebody does something to me, I'm going to be fucking angry about it. I might curse. I might wanna, you know, physically harm this person because this person this person thinks they're gonna play with me in my face. You understand what I'm saying? So you're being human, but you have to understand and be aware of what it is. At the end of the day, people are upset because one, you're very talented. Two, you have gotten as where you got it's not a situation where it's like, oh, he got because no, he earned his spot. Like he can fucking play. He's the best quarterback in the draft without question. When we talk about talent perspective, he's the best. But at the same time, people will never ever let you get out of your father. People will always say, well, you know, Deion's your father. Deion this, Deion that. That's what's going to happen for the rest of your life. That's just what it is. No matter what you accomplish on your own, no matter what type of work that you've done, you know what I'm saying? They're going to hold that against you. It's not fair, but it's the truth. So, as you're going along in this journey, and again, he's young, you know what I'm saying? I'm young too. I'm a fucking old man. But just over time, just beware of how your attitude comes off and try to humble yourself in moments where, even though it may not look like in the short term it's going to benefit you, I promise you in the long run, it'll help you open so many doors to get so many more opportunities versus you being, man, yo, fuck y'all niggas. And this, that, and the third. You might have shut doors that could have opened to you had you just, you know, displayed better attitudes in certain situations. Displayed a better attitude in certain situations. I'm going to correct myself there. So, I don't necessarily have a problem with what he did with the guy. But in the long run, you kind of have to... You got to look at things for how they are. You got to be like, you know what? I should give this bitch-ass nigga my middle finger and tell him to go fuck himself. But I'm not going to do that. Why? Because that's what the game was for. The game was for, yo, all the frustration that, oh, y'all talking shit, we settle this shit on the field. And then afterwards, when the battle is over, 4 quarters, 60 minutes of war, then we like, all right, good game, brother. And you move on. You ain't got to be friends with the nigga afterwards. You don't. You're not entitled to that. But in some situations, you have to be very, very aware of what's going on at all times and understand what the narrative is around your name. You don't have to give a fuck about what people think, but you have to be aware of it so that way you know how to move accordingly. Because narratives sometimes, and as fucked up as it is, narratives are more important than the truth. Narratives create what? Your reputation, what people know you for. It doesn't have to be true. But if 1,000 people say you're that, the rest of the world, unfortunately, because this world is ass backwards, and they believe everything they see on TV, they're gonna agree with that mindset. Okay. So let's talk about this game, because I'm pissed off. All right, we gotta address some rumors here. The first thing I want to address is this. Okay, I see a lot of y'all blaming Howie Roseman for the loss. Seth joined. I fuck with you. You a Hall of Famer in my book, whether or not they give you the yellow jacket and the statue or not. You're a Hall of Famer in my book. You're one of the very few guys that I actually not only respect when it comes to giving your opinion about the Eagles, one of the guys that actually are sensible. There are a lot of y'all that say stupid shit, dumb shit on a regular about just shit that don't even make sense. Even Eagles fans, just some of y'all, a lot of y'all just say stupid shit. It's just based off of just out of emotion, and there's no logic as to what you're saying. It's fine to have a different opinion, but at least operate in a way that's logical, in a way that's like, okay, I don't agree with you, but I can see your perspective. Y'all niggas don't operate that way. Y'all niggas just fucking blurt out everything that comes to, oh, he's ass, he's trash, he's garbage. Like, yo, there's more context than just he's ass. What happened? Was it something in that person's control? Was it out of the person's control? Was this person being play called to being put in a bad position? So here's the thing. Seth Joyner, as much as I respect you, you're not right in everything you're saying. And I know this, and I fuck with Seth Joyner, but I have to keep it real. Sometimes he gives this air off as like that everything he's saying is right. And it's just not the case. You've been wrong before, okay? And just like I, on this channel, I've been wrong. And I've made apologies accordingly. Sometimes I've went too far as talking shit about players, and I've apologized for that. Sometimes I would just make bad takes. And then I realized, like, well, I got to shut my mouth because I don't know what I'm talking about. So I apologize. So I admit, as much as I, really I feel like I'm the one of the very few ones that are logical and actually watch the fucking games, I admit when I'm wrong. Seth, you're not right about every goddamn thing. Here's the reality situation. We could all sit at this motherfucking table. Well, not even about this table. We could all play armchair GM and go from as far as saying how we used to do that, how we used to do this, how we used to do that, right? I said that. I don't know why I said shit like twice. But anyway, we can all sit here and say that. But it's a completely different dynamic when you have to manage cap and you got to keep and maintain good players and you got to acquire new great players, whether that be the draft or free agency. Okay? I'm keeping it real with you. I don't give a fuck if you're an Eagles fan or not. To literally sit up here and say Howie Roseman is not the greatest GM in football right now, you're a fucking idiot. Now listen, I think he's the greatest GM of all time. But if you feel like I'm wrong about that, then that's whatever. But in this, as we're speaking of right now, that's not a fucking better GM than Howie Roseman. Just keep it all the way at 1,000. Okay? And this is what I learned throughout the last 7 weeks of football and just kind of going into the offseason. I realized this. Every motherfucker and their mama talks shit about their team. They don't do this enough. Why isn't the GM drafted this person? Why did the GM do this? Because the reality situation is we as human beings are going to talk shit and be unsatisfied about everything. We're never satisfied as human beings. This is human nature. We always want more. We can get everything we want. We can get 3 things in a row that go our way, and that shit wouldn't matter. The only thing that would matter is there's a 4th thing that I want to accomplish, and that's the only thing in my mind. The other 3 didn't exist. So that's how human psychology typically works. Okay? It's like we're never satisfied. We can have 5 events go our way, and that should be like, whatever. But that one event that we need to go, that needs to go our way that hasn't necessarily, that's the one that we tend to focus on. So what I realized, especially criticizing Howie Roseman, was that, I was unfair in doing so. And I'm going to tell you why I was unfair in doing so. Because every GM, no matter who it is, and every human being has strengths and weaknesses. Whether that be through personal life, whether that be through their occupation. Every human being has flaws. Every human being has things that they need to, every human being has things that they're particularly strong at and things that they need to continue to work and develop on as they get older and things of that nature. So I realized, I'm like, bro, when he started acquiring all these players, I said, you're a fucking idiot. And I thought it to myself, because I'm like, yo, there are plenty of other families bitching about their own GMs. Your GM is going out of his way to show that he cares about his players and instill a culture where he's not just looking at them as a dollar sign, he's not looking at them as like a laborer that just, they're just like a piece of fucking meat. And just, they're just there to just put their bodies on the line, and that's it. There's no care about them as a human being. Howard Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, being honest with you, Eagles fans, we are so fucking lucky to have these two be at the helm, and the whole staff too. The ones that even names that don't get mentioned, the whole staff. But Howard Roseman and Jeff, we are fucking lucky to have those guys. We are so lucky. Fuck the fact that they're great at their job. Okay, just throw it out the window. As human beings with compassion, human beings that give a fuck about their players, that instill a culture of welcoming guys as Eagles and making them feel comfortable, making them feel that they are part of a family, and appreciating them for their services and what they do out in the field by rewarding them. And they appreciate, much as they're like, but why the fuck did we sign Michael Clay? Why did they do this? They appreciate guys, and just like they was about to offer Jonathan Gannon, they appreciate guys who have done well for their organization. They're not quick to throw everything away. So we got to really, really thank God that we, as Eagles fans, have Howie as a GM and has Jeffrey Lurie as an owner. Because I'm telling you right now, we got the motherfucking Chiefs owner. And as many Super Bowls as they winning, I mean, like, bro, like, the reports are out there. I already said it on my past videos. I ain't going to keep saying this shit. And there's probably some other shit I ain't never mentioned about. But you know why? You know why he got a fucking grade as an F as an owner? There's a reason for it, okay? Now, granted, what I learned is that you gotta stop being nitpicking about everything. Because the reality situation is, I will always find something wrong. When things go bad, I will always find something wrong. But the reality situation is, you can't do that man's job. Seth, no disrespect, you can't do his job. And I know for a fucking fact, I can't do his job. As much as I say, I want to Trent McDuffie, I can't do that man's job. I just can't. That's too much fun. That's a lot of stress to manage. But motherfucker, yo, the Bills had to damn near deplete their whole fucking team to save salary cap. And thank God that the GM was smart to go get, to go get enough receivers so that way Josh Allen doesn't feel like that there's much of a void. But they had to let go of a lot of pieces on the offensive line and with Diggs, with motherfucking I think Von Miller might or might not be on the team. I don't know. Tre'Davious White is gone. They had to get rid of a lot of players. They pretty much had a clean house. So a lot of y'all bitching and complaining. But yo, Howie just locked the best wide receiver duo in NFL history long term. Got Saquon Barkley in the building long term. Brought Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back. The guy who was, one of the best defensive players of the year we went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Got him back. We got the best cornerback in the draft. I didn't know. I was ignorant. I didn't like to pick at first, but then I realized, okay, you tweaking. It don't matter if you're from a small school. If the dude can play, he can play. And he can fucking play. Trust me. We'll talk about him later. How he's going on his way. Got a wide receiver 3, Jahan Dotson. Wide receiver 3. Got Reed Blankenship, who, as much as y'all want to underappreciate him and not talk about how great of a player he's or what he's accomplished as an undrafted. How many fucking undrafted free agents are starters? How many? Not many at all. Found a jewel as an undrafted free agent. And Reed Blankenship. Whether y'all like him or not, I like him. I fuck with him. Great player. Y'all overlook this shit. But y'all don't understand, man. This man is trying his fucking hardest. Brought Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith was a good prospect. He just probably needed to play off-ball linebacker. We'll talk about that later on. Saul Reddick wouldn't move from his number, which I kind of get. Then again, I kind of don't get. I'm like, yo, and at the end of the day, it's like, Hassan Reddick, much as I appreciate what you've done for us, and I appreciate you took a huge discount to come here because you didn't have to do that, you kind of fucked yourself over, and I'm going to tell you why. Because now, when you're asking for $25 million, which I'm going to assume that's what you're asking, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to operate under mine. Let's just say, okay, his number is $25 million. He's not moving from $25 million. He's not negotiating under, $25 million. We're paying Jalen Hurts franchise money. Our money tied up right now. Money's tied up. We can't afford to just here. We're not at the Washington Commanders right now. We can't just there you go. No, we can't do that. We're not in that position anymore. Once you pay your franchise quarterback, you have to be cheap to the motherfucker. That's what it is, nigga. You gotta go to Aldi. And nigga, I'm not getting that Cheetos. I'm getting the motherfucking the Cheezo Puffs or some shit like this. I ain't going after Quaker Oats. I'm going after Great Value. That's Walmart. But you understand my point. Like, you got to be completely different as a GM once you pay your quarterback that franchise money. So with Hassan Reddick, you got to understand that. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what the Eagles offered you, and I don't know what the Eagles offered him, and I don't know what he wanted. But $25 million it's fucking outrageous. It wasn't going to happen. Okay? And he's asking that again. Once you pay that franchise quarterback, that's it. Your hands are tied. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. I'll play. Anyway. Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So here's the reality situation. Everybody was about to lose their shit because we thought we was gonna draft Nakobe Dean. We drafted Nakobe Dean. Then everybody was saying, "Oh, why you drafted Nakobe Dean? You need more linebackers." Drafted Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, we have potential. Oh, why you draft Nolan Smith, man? Fuck. Drafted Jordan Davis, who I feel like we should have took McDuffie over. But, I like Jordan Davis. I think he's a good player. We just got to stop looking at him as trying to be like a 10-sack machine. It's not going to happen. He's going to be the guy that's going to get maybe about 5 sacks a year, and he's going to do a good job of getting in between the run. By the way, he played better than what y'all anticipated. We'll talk about that later on. Now, with that said, I've been talking like motherfucking that nigga name? Fresh from goddamn Fresh and Fit. So yeah, I mean, so at the end of the day, nah, I'm playing. But moving on from that, I was talking like that, I ain't gonna lie. But here's the thing. Let's stay on topic. Y'all are never satisfied by anything. You're not. Landon Dickerson got extended. Melodic got extended. What fucking more do you want from this man? What more do you want from this man? What more do you want from this man? Seriously, what fucking more do you want from this man? And on top of that, I forget? This man prioritizes an offensive line. That's why we're never out of offensive line. The only thing we probably could have did a little different as far as getting Jackson, whatever. I'm gonna like. Listen, he's going out his way to get offensive line depth. He got Mekhi Becton, who's now our right guard. A guy who was in the first round, was a little bit injury riddled, and his career was like deemed to be like, oh, he's a bust. Came back and he's doing fairly well. Stop bitching. Shut the fuck up. All of y'all, shut the fuck up. I say, shut the fuck up. Like, listen, if you're gonna complain about something, make it logical. It's not Howie's job to put on a motherfucking helmet and jersey pads and get on the field and play. That's not his fucking job. It's not his job to take a playbook. Here, this is what we gotta do, all right? Whatever the fucking play is. It's not his fucking job. His job is to bring great players in without killing us in the cap. That's his fucking job. His job is to draft players that are going to be the future of this team, and he's done so. He hasn't hit on everything, but that's life. Shut the fuck up. Stop bitching about shit that it doesn't make sense to bitch about. Everybody sit up there complaining about what the fuck does Howie Roseman got to do with the loss yesterday? Nothing. The loss yesterday came down to two things: coaching decisions, okay? Coaching decisions and players playing up to the standard. What the fuck does it got to do with Howie Roseman? Nothing. Players on the field got to play the way they're supposed to play, and the coaches got to coach to put their players in the best position to succeed. What the fuck does it got to do with Howie Roseman? Nothing. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers always bitching about shit that don't even make any fucking sense. At least, listen, if you're going to break an argument, make it make sense. You motherfuckers are I don't about to make you say a word about the weekend. You are stupid. Like, beyond just a moron to the infinity fucking power. Y'all are fucking goofy. Just was outright fucking stupid. Just saying shit that don't make no fucking sense. What the fuck is Howie? Howie has nothing to do with it. I see people say, he should have prioritized defensive line. That's what the fuck we got Bryce Huff for. What you think we paid for Bryce Huff for? To sit up there and look good in a fucking jersey, nigga? To sit up there and fucking be our model of the fucking Eagles watermark? The motherfucking word font, whatever the case may be? If Bryce Huff ain't panning out, that ain't on fucking Howie. That's on Bryce Huff. And that's on the coaches, that's on Fangio, and the guys that's, you know, he needs to get in the film room more, he needs to practice more, and the coaches need to start holding him accountable, start helping him develop. That ain't got shit to do with Howie Roseman. So, respectfully, everybody that's blaming Howie Roseman, shut all the way the fuck up. Shut up. Because I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers going on the internet saying dumbass shit without any logical sense to it, any logical reasoning to it. I don't care about a hot take. I do not care if you disagree with me. That's fine. We can have different perspectives on things. That's cool. But please don't get on the internet saying stupid shit that you can't back up with any sort of logical reason. Y'all sound fucking like, y'all sound slow. You sound slow. You sound slower than fucking midday traffic. You sound slow. Sound fucking stupid. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear y'all say this dumbass shit. I'm going to hear it regardless, read it regardless. But y'all say stupid shit. Except Jordan, like, you're killing me, bro. Like I fuck with you, but like you like blaming Howie Roseman. Like what? What? Stop. Man, if we would have gave High Roseman this number, it would have affected us later on down the line. Maybe maybe next year. You don't know. Stop. Every fucking team, regardless of whoever it is, has a weakness after free agency and after the draft. Don't matter how fucking great of a job you can do. And I don't think anybody can do a better job than Howard Roseman now. I don't think anybody. Regardless, you're going to have a weakness somewhere. You can't have everything. You can't have a fucking all-pro player at every single thing. And if you have an all-pro player at every single position, you create a team chemistry issue because somebody's going to want more opportunity. Somebody's going to be like, hey, it's not fair. We're lucky that we got all-pro players that are unselfish. But in reality, most people are not are very selfish. Most people are like, yo, I want the ball more. I'm not liking my role in this team. Even if we're winning, I'm not happy because I'm not getting the ball. I'm not getting opportunities more to get my time in whatever position you're playing. So stop the bullshit. Stop. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Like, I don't want to hear it. So that shit took 17 minutes to fucking rant about y'all dumbass niggas. So let's start talking about the game. Let's get into the game. So first off, real quickly, Shipley should be our new kick returner. I know nobody mentioned this. I wanted to mention this before because it's like I saw it was like the first play. Shipley actually runs pretty good. He should be our kick returner. And also, here's another thing too. We got Shipley for a reason. I would like to throw him in maybe 2 or 3 plays a game, especially when like if we're in a shotgun split formation, we got 2 running backs like we had last game, which I didn't see any of this game. We should definitely go about doing that. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Let's talk about how the first drive went. The first couple drives, okay? First and foremost, the first drive, Jalen Hurts was doing a great job moving the ball. But you didn't put any run plays in there, and then on third down, you decided to do a quarterback draw on a 3rd and 9. You know when's the last time we did that shit? Last year. Granted, later on down in the game, the quarterback draws work, but we cannot do this. We cannot go back to doing shit from last year. Granted, we can't get rid of everything. And by the way, just a little spoiler alert, the touch push ended up being very effective this time around. Okay? The reality of the situation is this. It's like, you have to move forward. You can't call stupid fucking plays. It doesn't make sense. You got Saquon Barkley, which I don't expect him to get 9 yards in one shot. He can, but I don't expect it. It's not fair for me to expect him. And on top of that, you got weapons. What the fuck? Like, why are you doing it? At the end of the day, here's another thing too. We're not letting Kellen Moore off the hook. Okay? We're not letting Kellen Moore off the hook. We're just not. I know y'all want to. We would say, Sirianni. He deserves the blame, 100%. The second drive, missing a field goal or not opting to take points and going for a 4th and 3, why would you do that? You understand that the Falcons, somebody had the nerve to tell me we should have blew the Falcons out. Are you fucking stupid? Are you stupid? Falcons have quite arguably one of the best offensive linemen in the league, particularly with the run blocking, first and foremost. They got Bijan Robinson. Got Chris Algiers, pretty damn good. They got Kyle Pitts, he's pretty damn good. Drake London, pretty damn good. Okay? They got motherfucking Darnell Mooney from the Bears. He's pretty damn good. Let's talk about the defense. They got Matt Judon, maybe a future Hall of Famer. We'll see. They got another guy at the defensive end who actually makes plays, who had an ACL, but he actually, like, he's really good. I think some guy named Jared or some shit like that. They got, who's that linebacker? I don't remember. The secondary, AJ Terrell. This other guy, this other corner who actually, I think they signed to a big contract recently. Justin Simmons, an all-pro player. Motherfucking Jesse Bates, who quite arguably is the best safety in the league. The fuck are you talking about? Like, and on top of that, they got a top 5 kicker on their team, and that guy Koo. I don't remember his first name. I start with a Y, but whatever. So you're not running over this team. Who the fuck said you're gonna run over this team? Because you saw what happened with Pittsburgh? That don't matter. What are you talking about? Like, somebody said we should have blew them out. No! You damn should not blow them out without fucking A.J. Brown, who might miss another week. It's gonna be. I'm kind of pissed about that. But whatever. So if I apologize, I'm gonna be scatterbrained, but I gotta address as much as possible with the time that I have. Okay? Here's the reality situation. Let's talk about, so the first drive, I don't know why the fuck we didn't run the ball at all. So honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I am satisfied with how many times they ran the ball with Saquon. Okay, I'm satisfied with it. Like I don't look at it as be like, oh my God, we didn't run the ball enough. We ran the ball enough this time with Saquon. I just don't like how we didn't run the fucking ball the first drive. That was complete bullshit. Okay, calling quarterback draw on a 3rd and 9 is just fucking beyond stupid. And it just got Sirianni written all. I don't think Kellen Moore will call that dumb shit. It just got Sirianni written all over that dumbass shit. Okay, Kellen Moore, again, you ain't off the hook. You deserve some fault in this too. But Sirianni doing that 3rd and 9 quarterback draw, that was fucking, it's just completely, that had me fucking heated. So, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts, he played his ass off. He played, like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I see y'all blaming him for the interception. Listen, was he perfect? No. But if I had to give him a grade, mind you, okay, so you can blame Jalen Hurts for the interception, but not really because he got hit first off, so that definitely takes off your ball. That definitely takes something off your ball. So you're not going to really, you can't really determine, was that a great read at the end of the game? No. But you can't really blame Jalen Hurts for that. You know, he should have hit Britton Covey in the middle. I do agree that there was some moments where he would go out the pocket, and I'm like, Goddard's sitting right there. Your running back sitting right there for the check down. Stop looking down the field. Go check the fucking ball down. So there was some moments where it got me pissed off a little bit. But if I had to give him a grade, I'd give him an A. I don't give a fuck about the 186 yards. He made the most opportunity. And Joe Apier hating ass. It's like, yeah, well, when he threw the ball, he kind of threw it behind him. Well, Troy, let me ask you a fucking question. All right, just pretend it's Devontae Smith. He's going across the middle, so how the fuck can he throw the ball behind him? Because otherwise the ball will be overthrown. You know, he's going across the middle on a post route or some shit like that. He's going across the middle. Explain to me, Troy. How the fuck can he throw the ball behind him? I mean, the ball will be overthrown or intercepted or go out of bounds. Troy. I'll fucking throw the ball behind him. How? So here's the thing. Hurts played outstanding. This is from a guy who said, Jalen Hurts. I was on his ass the first game. Y'all was saying, they were like, he played pretty good. I'm like, no, the fuck he didn't. No, he did. He played horrible. That was not a guy. I don't give a fuck about the 270 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played horrible. That's not our franchise quarterback. I don't recognize Jalen Hurts. That was a horrible fucking game. Horrible. Missed guys constantly. Threw inaccurate passes on a run. Made constant just what the fuck are you doing decisions. Should have thrown like 4 interceptions. He was horrible that game. I didn't give a fuck about 270 yards. But the funny thing is, y'all criticize me for saying, oh, you better be careful not to be a Carson Wentz 2.0. That's what I said. Alright? And guess what happened? Guess what happened? Y'all said, Bruce, I responded to Joey Shakes on one of his videos. Just relax, just give him time, be patient. Alright. So, I was patient. This game came around. He played like a man on a mission. By the way, the refs are so fucking petty. I'm going to jump ahead because I'm going to be scatterbrained because I have to rant a lot of people. So, flagging Jalen Hurts for spiking the ball of a celebration. You said it was delayed game. We're on offense. Who the fuck else is going to be affected if not us? We're on offense. The defense is not affected by Jalen Hurts doing that. It's us. We're the ones that are affected. Okay? And see, I gotta give Sirianni a little bit of credit there. So it was one time where Matt Judon went offside that, of course, the refs conveniently missed. Matt Judon went offside. Goddard was the only one that noticed it. And Sirianni was yelling at the players, like, yo, get y'all ahead of the game. Pay attention. And he's right. So I'll give Sirianni credit. So Sirianni, you know, mind you, was a Cowboys fan. That's how fucking embarrassing this shit is. It was a Cowboys fan that pointed this out. A fucking Cowboys fan. Leave that shit. A Cowboys fan pointed this shit out. Okay? So it's embarrassing. But, you know, we have to really look at, I mean, Jalen Hurts was making throws all over the field. He was running. I think he took too many hits today. Or Monday. I agree with that. But we gotta get this man his credit. We gotta get this man his just due. He played his ass off. We gotta give him his just. We gotta give him his respect. Like at some point in time, yes, y'all would say, okay, I'll react about calling him a Carson Wentz 2.0. But y'all had more I'm looking at Joey Jackson film, like you guys had more vitriol for this game where he actually played pretty fucking good. Outside of the interception, I feel like he could have probably threw it to Covey. And also, there's some times where he missed wide open guys like Goddard and some check downs, and he kept looking down the field, and I don't know why he did that. So there's some times that he built out the pocket when he shouldn't have. You know, fair. But he gets an A performance for me. Why the fuck then you guys have more vitriol? He put the game on his fucking back. Like, you know how I talk about Brock Purdy, how as good as he is, sometimes a little overhated in some respects. I haven't seen Brock Purdy put the 49ers on his back. I've seen Hurts do it. I've seen Hurts do it last year. I've seen Hurts do it the year before that. I've seen Hurts put the team with it. He put his team. So that, you know, that spike bullshit was just stupid. Because, like, we're affected by it, if anything. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? It's not like the fucking ball went outer space into Mars and shit, into another galaxy. Like, stop it. So it's not that serious. Then they try to ding Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for his helmet was already. Now listen, all bias aside, Chauncey did take his helmet off. But it was already off to begin with. So Chauncey in the future, you know, we're going to talk about him later, but obviously you don't want to take your helmet off, even if you are celebrating, even if it is off. We got away with it, which I'm happy we did. Everybody was getting mad. I'm like, that's not a fuck. Who gives a fuck that he took his helmet? Who really cares? Who genuinely gives a fuck? That should have been called. That's a penalty. Who gives a fuck? Like, literally, even if he just snapped his shit off and just took it off, but that was his helmet was pretty much off to begin with. He just completed the task by just taking it all the way the fuck off. He would have had to readjust the motherfucker somehow. But, yeah, all bias aside, he did take his helmet off. But, who gives a fuck? Generally, who cares? It's not a hold. You know, like, y'all tripping, okay? Gotta stop. Now, here's the thing. What was I going to say? Yes, with Jalen Hurts. Y'all have to make sense when y'all talking, okay? And really make sense about when somebody's actually playing good, when somebody is not. You talk about me being hard and saying I'm going too far by mentioning Carson Wentz. But y'all have to know where to just scale it back and really just look at things for how they are. And I think for the most part, when Jalen Hurts had things under his control, he put that fucking team on his back. He played with passion. He played with fire. He played with a man. He played like a man on a mission. He played like this was his motherfucking team. He did that. 100% he did that. And to blame the loss on Hurts when Saquon dropped an easy pass, which, you know, he's on the same boat as A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Saquon, I gotta get in your ass. You definitely have to catch the ball. It's no excuses. Like you dead ass was wrong for that. You gotta catch the goddamn ball. But I'm not. I put Saquon in the same boat as A.J. Devontae Smith. They're allowed to make a mistake. Because I know for a fact, game in and game out, especially these two games with Saquon, he's gonna show up. Definitely gonna show up. So, with A.J. Brown not being out, him kind of playing with, you know, less physical receivers, played pretty fucking good. Just keeping it real. Like Jalen Hurts gets an A for me. That's what I want to see out of Jalen Hurts' game. I want to see a guy who play with passion. I want to see a guy that says, yo, this is my motherfucking team, and I'm going to lead the charge. And that's how he played. And I would be arguing with my brother and arguing with other people about, yeah, he didn't play. No, he played his ass off. He's the furthest. Even at that interception, you can say, okay, maybe that was an ill-advised throw into Devontae Smith double coverage. I'm sorry. The game should never even came down to that. We should have won the fucking football game. Saquon should have caught the ball and wasted all the time off the clock. We'd have been good. So, honestly, yeah, ill-advised throw, but, yo, Hurts was slinging that fucking ball. Slinging the ball, running, do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. And the stats are not going to show it, but that's exactly what was taking place. Also, here's another thing, too. Dotson should have got the fucking ball. Goddard definitely should have been more involved. I more or less blame that on Jalen Hurts not throwing him the ball than the game plan. Also, here's another thing, too. You can argue that Dotson should have got more targets. And you're right. But this is what I was saying. Don't disrespect somebody who's actually catching the fucking ball. So here's the thing with Quez Watkins, right? And I'm going to bring him up. All right, so I'm going to bring up Quez Watkins again to say this. You know how I'm like, okay, Quez, clearly your role is diminished in this offense. It's not fair to you. You played your ass off the last time. It's not fair. You got to get those reps on the field so you can continue to improve and take the next level in your career. Fine. I'll give you a benefit of the doubt. Cool. But when I talk about taking advantage of a situation, controlling the things that you can't control, stepping up in the moment and playing big. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what Britton Covey did. And you motherfuckers had the nerve, mind you, I was talking shit about this man. I was talking crazy about Covey. I was saying some shit that like most likely, if you say like, yo, we gotta take this shit outside, I can't blame him. I was talking mad shit about Covey back in the day. I was going wild. Before I made 1,000 apologies to him, I was talking shit about Covey. I was talking shit. So when I tell you that this man balled out and you had the nerve to fucking criticize him, why does he get the ball? Because he catching the ball, motherfucker. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Covey's first time in the office getting involved in this thing is catching everything. And it's fucked up. And we're going to say, well, he only had 23 yards. Are you fucking stupid? 2, 3 big-ass catches got called back because of an ineligible man down the field with the offensive lineman. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying? You're saying stupid-ass shit. So, Covey, shout out to you. Fuck you ungrateful-ass Eagles fans. Y'all make me fucking sick. Y'all are fucking idiots. Y'all are morons. Like, y'all say dumb-ass shit. Like, you don't mix up what you're saying. Covey, keep doing what the fuck you doing. I'm proud of you, bro. Like, listen. For the 10,000th time, I apologize for anything crazy or wild I've said about you in the past. Bro, keep doing your fucking thing. Fuck some of these ungrateful-ass fans. And sometimes, like, Chauncey, you know, again, he can get... Sometimes Chauncey, when he get on y'all ass every now and then, y'all deserve it. Because of shit like that. Like, shit like disrespecting a man who's catching the fucking ball. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? The nigga didn't drop a fucking ball and literally broke tackles, evaded some people, and got big gains that just got taken back because there was an eligible man down the field. Took advantage of every fucking opportunity. What are you talking about? Yes, doctors should have definitely got the motherfucking ball more. Goddard, more or less on Jalen Hurts, but you're right. But do not take credit away from somebody who's playing their fucking ass off. That's why Chauncey be getting on your ass and like, you know what's up? Like, yo, Chauncey, you gotta chill, man, because you just apologize what you doing. But he's right. He's right. He's fucking right. And y'all disrespecting Britton Covey is a testament to that shit. He's fucking right. He's dead ass spot on right. Because when the motherfuckers playing good, y'all got to give him his just due respect, and y'all disrespect the Covey that I'm fucking sick right with me. And then, like I said, I was talking crazy about this man, but this nigga up here showing that he not only is a great kick returner, he's also a fantastic fucking wide receiver who I would love to see even more involved in this offense. How about that? Catch me outside about that, stupid motherfuckers. Anyway, moving on from that. So, offense for the most part, and I don't think we really struggled that much. I just think that, you know, certain situations you could have probably gave Saquon the ball more. But honestly, yo, Jalen Hurts played good. So let's talk about the defense real quick because I don't want my battery to die. So defense played fucking atrocious. And Vic Fangio probably apologized to him a little bit sooner than I should have. Because when I saw the first game at Green Bay, he was mixing it up. Not one play really looked the same. He was doing different shit. He was blitzing. He was doing this, that, and the third. The man stayed in the same fucking... It like I was looking at the same fucking formation the whole fucking game. And listen... If the team can't stop the run, you might want to bring your players a little bit closer so they can plug the fucking holes. I'm just saying, pause. But you get what I'm saying. You might want to do that, Vic. Fucking introverted ass. Fucking Slade was like, yeah, he doesn't want to get on the field. And, you know, he prefers to stay in his office. You're defensive coordinator. Your job is to develop chemistry with your players. How the fuck do you do that if you don't make yourself available, right? That sideline talk where you're just saying, hey, listen, you got to get your shit together. You got to play this better. That could be valuable in that moment. That could be very, very valuable, okay? But you sit up in the fucking, in the VIP box like you fucking Jerry Jones shit, that's not going to help the team. Get your fat ass down there and help the team. Bryce Huff ain't doing shit. That nigga's literally zero. Like, they get this motherfucking right number. DeAndre Swift, he wasn't a zero, but he just wore the number. That nigga played like Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas at his prime. This nigga is literally zero. He ain't doing shit. That motherfucker needs to be thrown under the jail. This motherfucker is doing robberies. Call this motherfucker Porter. Fuck Bryce Huff. Bryce Porter, nigga. You doing payroll jobs, nigga. You stealing fucking money. What are you talking about? This motherfucker up here stealing money. And listen, I didn't want to call him trash, but I keep it all the way 1,000 with you. I would have gave you the benefit of the doubt if you was doing what Jordan Davis would have did, or Josh Sweat. And I don't appreciate y'all getting off of Josh Sweat, because Josh Sweat is getting close to the quarterback, and on top of that, he's actually helping out with the run. So Josh Sweat is doing something, okay? But y'all getting on motherfucking goddamn Josh Sweat don't make any sense. But Bryce Huff, you not doing shit. Not a tackle. You're not stopping the run. You're not batting the ball down. What the fuck are you doing? You're doing nothing. And by the way, I don't appreciate you talking about Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis actually batted the pass down earlier. Y'all just conveniently left that part out, right? Millie Williams balled out. No problems with him. Brandon Graham got a couple plays in. He might have got a sack too, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Brandon Graham. BG still playing pretty well. Nicole Dean and what's the other guy name? Zach Baum. They weren't. I'm not gonna say the trash. A little up and down. A little up and down. Chauncey wasn't perfect, had a great first half, and big stop on Bijan, big stop. With that tackle he did, huge stop, right? And on top of that, Slade, you a vet, you can't allow shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you up here get credit like, yeah, good job, man, good job for whooping my ass, man. Like, listen, I'm gonna let you know what I was thinking too. I was thinking like, afterwards, I'm gonna give you some Wawas when I get back to when I get back, you know, out of Lincoln Financial Field and shit. When I get back to NovaCare Complex, I'm gonna order me some Wawas, man. So I was thinking that me and you, I can cut the sandwich in half, and you can get the left. You get like, it's kind of like the left and right twist. You get the left sandwich, but like you gotta leave me the one with more tomatoes in there, nigga. He whooped your ass. You lost. Look like, oh shit, fuck, we lost. We got our ass beat. We got ran the fuck over. Come on, Slade, damn. Listen, I understand, like, listen, have him on your podcast and say, yo, good shit. But, nigga, in that moment, it's fuck everybody. It's fuck everybody that's not in an Eagle uniform. I'm sorry, I keep it real. Good job. He'll give you credit what you do. What CJ Stroud did, that's different. He earned that respect. But I'm sorry. Slade, you're a great player. I know you're a good corner, but what you did, that was very fucking amateur. There's no excuses as a vet to be making a mistake like that. That was horrendous. But I'm not going to get on you because I actually like the way you've been playing for the last couple weeks. I have out of very few people, Quinion, Showman's got in, had made a great play, I think, in the first half. Quinion and Darius Slay and Milton Williams probably the least of my problems as far as like who I have a problem with. Jordan Davis, I like to see more. Every time I see this nigga, he's getting into a fight. Brother, listen, he's very, very talented. I know he can play, but I need to see more plays made. Every time I see you get into a fucking fight with somebody, I need to see plays made, sir. You got you. You give it the first round pick for a reason, brother. They need to make some more plays. Like I said, Nicole Dean and Zach Baum were on and off. Weren't trash, but you know I need to see more from them. It wasn't enough for me. Isaiah Rodgers reportedly was back. Fangio, why the fuck are you not playing it? Maddox did make a play, credit to him, but you know, Isaiah Rodgers, you put it back on the outside, you put Quinion in the nickel. I thought that was the original plan. Like, what happened? Why are you leaving? It doesn't make sense. So that didn't make sense to me. Reed Blankenship, coverage, a little left to be desired, but as far as the physicality and tackling, he did his best. Overall, the defense as a whole unit played like shit, and Fangio's part of the blame. And then Shannon Sharp, you know, I agree with the majority of what he said about the analysis, him and Ocho, but one thing about it is, like, he said, yeah, well, he has to stay in the cover 2 shell because, nobody, he has to take. I think nobody can stay, could blitz or whatever, or nobody can cover whatever case. I forgot what his reason is, but you can't knock something until you try it. You got to try to generate pressures on Kirk Cousins, and also with defensive line, try to get more pressures. If you're not blitzing any linebackers, and you only do is blitzing Nicole Dean with 5-man rushes, that's some shit we did the last couple years. If you're not really breaking pressure, you're not sending people downhill and really making the quarterback feel your presence, you're not helping your defensive line get any sacks or get any pressure. You're not helping to open things up because now the offensive line is like, oh shit, there's blitzing linebackers. So it's another psychological thing for them to actually worry about on top of dealing with the defensive line. So Vic Fangio, horrible job on your part, like shitty job calling plays. And defense as a whole, they need to fucking play better. And Bryce Huff, you need to give us a fucking reason of why you're actually getting paid $55 million. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you fucking suck. And I wouldn't normally say this, but when you don't even have a fucking tackle, you're not even helping out on the run. Fuck get to the quarterback. That's fine if you don't get to the quarterback. You didn't bat a pass down. You didn't do nothing but suit up. We ain't paid $55 million for that. We didn't let Tom Reddick, our best defensive player, we didn't let him go for no reason. All right? Apparently, it's looking like that. So hopefully, if Bryce doesn't get his shit together, how are we going to have to get on the phone with the Jets and whatever the fuck this man asking for, even if you're going to be in solid cap hell for it, man, just get Hassan Reddick back in the fucking building. Because I'm not dealing with this nigga. This nigga fucking sucks. Like Bryce Huff is ass. And he needs to play better because he's not even getting a fucking tackle. It just pissed me off, all right? All right, so cool, we're done. Done with this video. That's all I got to say. The Saints, we not out the clear. We ain't out the clear because the Saints been putting up points on motherfuckers. So we not out the clear. We got another tough game coming up. So we think we're going to get on a short week and be like bullshit and lollygag? No. We got to get our shit together. Everybody got to step up. Everybody got to play. But I need to see more out of Zach Vaughn. I need to see more out of Jordan Davis. I need to see more out of a whole fucking unit. Bryce Huff, you better be doing something, nigga. You nigga, I don't give a fuck if you got a face mask. Do something. God damn, please do something for the love of God. Do something. Please. That's all I got to say. Motherfuckers had to get cursed out. I had to let loose. It is what it is because, you know, niggas, I gotta tell the truth on this channel. That's how I do things, all right? That's all I got to say, all right? Shooting Stars out on Bandcamp. I recently added, you know, to TikTok or whatever, so it's available on the sounds as well. It might be added to Amazon Music and Apple in the future. We'll see. I got some more news coming up with music. We're gonna be releasing more music. It's not gonna be the only song, but definitely stream Shooting Star. Definitely stream Shooting Star on my Bandcamp. Please and thank you. Also, we got more music coming up, so stay tuned with that. I will let y'all know. We definitely got at least a couple singles in the way, so you know what I'm saying. I'll let y'all know accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it on down low for right now, but just be on the lookout. Stay active on social medias. All right, I love y'all guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm out of here. Peace. Ah!
Designer draped on me, living wild and carefree. Life done prepare me, ain't shit I ain't seen. Fan camp off a beam, smooth criminal lovely. Want more,